what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 99, volume 5 of the podcast voted best when driving to the beach for the summer vacation by the 48 contiguous states, not excluding Hawaii, Alaska, or the United States territories of Puerto Rico, American Samoa, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, Micronesia, and the Marshall Islands, whose listening habits data did not make it back to us, Hank, in time for your listening pleasure today. However, welcome to Big Fan.
Wow.
Yes.
That is one introduction.
Whoa, wow.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Who's keeping up with the volume number and the episode? I feel like we jump around quite a bit.
This is a riddle that I've created over the last 3 years, waiting for a listener to figure it out. Obviously, you have not figured it out.
It's like a beautiful mind thing.
Yes, exactly.
You expect me to be in my shed with like numbers everywhere and pulling lines and everything else.
So if anybody, I'm glad you brought it up because I was waiting for somebody to say, how do you determine the volume and when does the episode 4 and 5 start? You know, that kind of thing. It's all a riddle, Hank. Just like the riddle of the Sphinx that I went over with you a couple weeks ago. Watch my finger go round and round.
Okay.
See this? Okay.
I feel like there's not going to be anybody on this planet that cares about your riddle. And so that is the last time we'll hear about it. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out.
Fair enough, yes. My name is Chad Easton. I'm a big fan of parties that lead you. I'm sorry, let's start that again. I'm a big fan of Thursday night parties that lead you to the weekend party that starts Friday a.m. that runs you through a holiday weekend and ends around Monday about 4 in the afternoon.
Wow.
That was the Memorial Day weekend holiday party that I just went through a couple weeks ago. We'll talk about
At the
here shortly.
beach?
Yes, that started that Thursday night. We were just talking to our producer, Moose, who enjoyed his weekend that weekend as well.
Yes.
We'll talk about that. Also, having your daughter back from college for the summer, which makes the entire household feel back to normal, which it has done for sure. And then eating lunch at your favorite sushi spot, which I did today. And they make the wrong sushi for another customer, but ask me if I wanted it before discarding it. Oh. We call it double sushi days.
Double sushi days. You know,
yes.
The funny thing about a double sushi day is you probably took some home with you.
The free one went into the go box, and I brought it home and put it in the refrigerator after lunch.
It's really unbelievable.
He looked at me because it was still sitting there and said, and he's a buddy. We do the printing for him, but the server doesn't know me. And I was like, would you mind putting that in a box for me? And he looked at me. He's like, sushi in a box? And I say, a doggy bag, please. He looked at me so weird. Like, this dude is strange. But anyway, he packaged it up, brought it to the house. Be a good midnight snack tonight. After the $500 for Jennifer's birthday dinner tonight.
I can't wait to discuss that. First of all, birthday dinner for Jennifer. Happy birthday. When's her birthday?
Her birthday's Friday. Birthday dinner tonight. Wednesday, we're coming to you live June 5th, Hickory, North Carolina.
Okay, so hers is June 7th.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Jennifer.
Yes, thank you.
I'm looking forward to hearing about the dinner. So let's just discuss the dinner festivities. Let's talk about the festivities. Is she one of the people that likes to have her birthday all week? Like,
I thought all women want their birthday all week. It's mostly 2 weeks. I thought it was 2 weeks.
Does it start this Monday and then go the week, or will it be like, hey, it starts really tonight?
Starts tonight.
Okay.
So, which she deserves it.
Sure.
Take the whole month if you want to.
Absolutely.
Wednesday dinner tonight. Tomorrow, I think they might have a tennis match, but Friday, wine shop, dinner Friday night. Saturday, I think there's another dinner. Moving to next week, possibly a get-together, you know. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday get-together.
Sure.
Maybe twice.
Next week?
Next week. We're talking about 6
full days.
Oh, and then the kicker. This is great. She's going to Lake Lure with some college friends for the weekend. And then following that, in August, there's a big party with everybody who turned 50 at someplace, a dance-a-thon. You know, so we're talking. So actually, it runs through August. We're running through August for this birthday stuff.
But the August one is celebrating you too, so I don't want to hear it. And you kind of
I didn't set it up. The other wives set it up, so it will be spectacular. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, for
But I'm
sure.
just saying, birthdays seem to go a long way.
Yeah, so
and it's the 50th, so it's big. It's big.
Happy birthday, Jennifer. You deserve this week, this month. Don't let Chad take it away from you. He's already complaining about certain aspects of it, and I don't like it.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't like it.
Sticking on that subject, do you want to talk about the dinner? Or do you want to talk about birthday celebrations that lead to another celebration that led to a weekend of pleasure?
It sounds like you have your own agenda here.
Yes,
Let's
I
go
do.
ahead and talk.
Okay, let's do it. So, 2 Thursdays ago, Hank, yours truly, the leader of Big Fan, Chatties.
I was
the
there.
leader of
Thank
Big
you.
Fan,
Thank
Chatties,
you.
had a kind of impromptu, not surprise party, but I didn't know the scale of it. And it was at this wonderful brewery that we've attended there before that's outside, inside, really cool. But a deluge of a storm popped up. Remember, right when you were immediately. So it starts at 6:30.
I got there.
You got there right at 6:30. Bingo! You were prompt, first one there. And as soon as y'all pull into the parking lot, it just started pouring rain, dumping rain. And so I was like, oh my gosh, because we were going to kind of try to set some of it up outside. Now we're forced to be inside, which actually turned out great because everybody was together. It continued to rain for a good solid 45 minutes, I would say. I mean, it was just dumping. And then a big surprise to me, a performer, a fantastic artist, brought his talents to the place we were at. He loves Prince, can play the keyboards and the guitar simultaneously and sing. Did you get to hear him?
This guy wasn't there. Like, Jennifer didn't pay for him to be there?
A couple of my friends ended up, they booked him.
There, so he was there for you.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you meant he just happened to be
there.
No.
They booked him, and I didn't know that they were doing that.
Gotcha. I did see a little bit of him. I saw some video. It wasn't flattering.
Of?
You.
Oh, please. Me grabbing the mic and a microphone fiending and paid in fulling.
I saw it.
And Solomon Birkin.
I don't know if I saw that one.
That was the last one. That was toward the end of the night. We were deleting that.
A lot of words were coming together.
A lot of slurred words, and we deleted that video. But anyway, it was just a fabulous night. And so, you stayed for a little bit.
We ended up going out to dinner, and yeah.
Yeah, but it was great to see you and great to see all our friends. It was awesome get together. So we kind of keep that party rocking. Prince, the real Prince, made an appearance, which was so awesome.
From the grave?
Yes, my neighbor dressed up as the symbol Prince and full purple outfit, brought the guitar, everything, just put on a show. Goatee and everything. Yeah. Spectacular. And so that was a wonderful time. Good food, good drink. So that kind of kept rocking to about 11. And then my daughter showed up after her work at the ice cream shop, so she got to partake in everything and have a big time. And we packed the car up. We got home, I'd say it was about 11:15, Hank. And, we're leaving for the beach tomorrow morning, first thing. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go home and get in the bed. Let's get a good night rest.
Wow.
And then I hear, honk, honk, a horn in the driveway.
Oh, God.
And got a text. What do you think you're doing? It's your birthday. Get out here. The night is not done. So I said, Jen, Olivia, Lucy Rose is already in the bed. I'm gonna have to go see what these guys want. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to see what they want.
I'm gonna have to see what they want.
There's somebody in our yard. I'm gonna have to.
Let me investigate this. Let's make sure there's no trouble. Right? Pop out exactly. Screech out of the driveway. Hit the crescent moon.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole crew of the people that had been at the party. They were already up there, just hanging out, having a big time. And so spent a little time up there, and then we came back, and Andy was like, my neighbor, talented Andy Roney, said, there's a song I want you to listen to. And I was like, man, literally, I'm going to listen to it one time, and I got to get in the bed. Well, that never happens.
75 times later, a couple of edits.
Here, yes. And then I said, let me add something to that part there, Andy. Anyway, next thing I know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Jay Barefoot's coming to pick me up at 8:30 for us to roll out to the beach.
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable. I didn't stay up till 8. I'm just saying. I went to sleep, but the alarm goes off at 8.
I thought you were saying you.
No. Okay. Come on. Not even me.
Don't look in my eyes and say that this is not capable. Don't look me in my eyes, because we all know, even the listeners know that they all thought it, because it's capable.
Yeah, it's been done, but not this time. I'm 50 years old, Hank.
I know you look.
For goodness sake,
so did
50
you
years
pack
old.
before you went over to Andy's?
Yes, I was smart. I was wise. Everything.
You just grab the Chad bag.
Grab the Chad bag, brush the teeth, jump in the shower, rinse off, pop in the car, get a little cup of coffee, and we're off 8:30.
Were all of you in one car? Or
just Jay and I? Jennifer and Holly came down several hours later. They didn't probably get there till about 6. Jay and I get there to make a tea time at 2. So we go straight from there, hit the golf course in Oak Island, play with these guys. This is pretty funny. We're coming in, running. We don't want to miss the tee time. And we're supposed to be at there, the tee time's at 2:35, let's say, where it's 2:32. We're pulling up, run to the check-in place, and they were like, we're going to stick you with a couple guys. And I was like, no problem, just thanks for getting us in, because the last tee time is at 3. If you don't make it before 3, you can't play.
Yeah. Is this just over the bridge on the left?
Just over the bridge on the left.
Gotcha.
So we're running, we get in the cart, we run up to the tee box, and there's these 2 fine-looking older gentlemen, probably in their 60s, dressed to the nines, all brand new gear. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. Brand new gear, dripping in it. Golf bag, immaculate.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new clubs, all the new technology. They got it all, right? And they look at us, riff-raff, running down there, sweat pouring us. We're hungover as can be. And Jay was like, guys, sorry. We're going to try. We won't slow you up. We're not very good, so we'll kind of try to stay out of your way. And the guy was like, don't worry about it, son. It's going to be fine,
Yeah.
Come off the tee. They put it down the fairway. Well, I lace one down the fairway. Jay hits one down the fairway. They thought that actually they were going to whoop us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We managed to beat them on every hole except one. So by hole 6, and here's another.
Did you gamble with these men?
We were kind of just running our mouth a little bit.
Okay.
But they just acted like they were going to be so much better. So we birdied the first hole, then par. We're playing very well. And hole 1, because, I got to have music. So I asked the gentleman, I was like, I'm sorry, sir, but what we typically do, we put the music on kind of low. Is that all right? Crickets. Not one word. They didn't acknowledge anything. I was like, really low, I keep the music on. And they were like, I guess.
They did not
They said, I guess.
They did not want the music, but you played the music.
Very low. I did not want to bother them because we're just on. Anyway, so we get through hole 6, and by hole 6, they realize that we can play, and they're not better than us in any way, even though their gear is much better, and their shirt is very nice, and Jay Barefoot has a pair of FootJoy shoes from 1987. They don't care anymore. Now they're being friendly. Now they want to maybe buy us a drink at the turn.
Okay.
Maybe want to make a dinner reservation after the thing, with us. Anyway, we turn them through kindness, Hank. Turned them through kindness and good golf play.
Okay.
That's how we turned them. So anyway, we spend the rest of the weekend at the beach. Jennifer and Holly came down, just had a fabulous time. Get back Monday at 4 p.m. on Memorial Day. Pull the plug. That's it. Let's get in the bed. Let's get some rest.
4 o'clock?
p.m. in the afternoon on Monday, because we've been down there. We're
so you were in bed from 4?
Yeah. I picked up Koa from the kennel. Got home about 4:30. Showered, put the jammies on. Let's go and get in the bed. The girls weren't hungry. Let's rest. We got to work the next day.
So you slept from 4:30 on and off until 7 a.m.?
Yes. The sleep wasn't very consistent nor good. A little bit of sweaty. But
had the scaries.
Yeah, had a little bit of the scaries. But drank lots of Gatorade, lots of water, hydrated. And then we're ready to go on Tuesday.
Okay.
Solid weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's do it.
That's a turn for the worst as far as your body is concerned.
Wasn't good. That next week, still paying for it a little bit. Stomach. I just got like this stomach. It's always hurting.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So anyway, well, how you been, buddy?
Well, I can't top that story.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you got birthday stories. So speaking of your birthday story, it's so funny to me to watch the crowd come in like into a birthday, not just your birthday, but just any birthday.
General, yes.
Because you've got a number of different people. You've got the people that are like, hey, got to get there early because I got stuff done. I was part of that crowd.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Then you have the, hey, and I'm, again, not your crowd. I'm just saying birthdays in general. Hey, we got to go to this birthday party. Stay long enough.
I understand. Make an appearance. Yes.
But hey, when we get there, let's see them first. That way we can duck out.
Yes.
Right? Then there's the person that comes in that is ready to get lit.
Sure.
Right?
Ready to have a time.
Let's spark, let's hit the fuse and let's watch it go. Right? And then you have maybe the couple that's a little confused on what the other spouse wants to do. Sure. Right? You seem like you're really nestling in here. Whereas I thought we were going to go home early, and you see the eye daggers and the other things that are going on. So I like to go to these things and kind of people watch.
Observe.
Because you definitely are like, ooh, this guy's digging a hole and he doesn't even know it. Because you'll see him at the bar and he's buying a drink and he's buying his buddy a drink. And you look over at his wife and it is just hate being looked at on him. You know what I'm saying?
Of course I do. What about the person? Let me add to the list. The person, they go, they're like kind of middle of the road, don't really know where it's going to take them, but they're hungry. So they make the first, they get there, they go straight to the food, right?
Yeah.
Go to the food with their wife, talk. Maybe a couple people come up. Then they make their decision. So, kind of they're indecisive, but they hit the food first. Hit the food, let's feel it out a little bit. And normally that's not my MO. I'm normally not hitting the food first. The other side, the other group goes to hit the bar first.
Sure.
Those are the people that want to get it rolling. Let's spark it up. Let's light the fuse. Let's light the dynamite.
Yeah.
And let's go.
Usually those people end up having the worst evening. You know what I mean? Because at 11, they've got a couple buttons on their shirt undone.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
Maybe the back of their shirt's untucked.
Absolutely.
Right? They may be missing a sock. And they're like, what happened? And somebody's like, you didn't eat anything. That's what happened. You've got 60 gallons of fluid on your stomach. That has nothing to hold on to.
Right.
You have to create a base. That's what we call it, the
base. Yeah. So and again, we're just talking about parties in general, but at my party, who did you see the most of? Was it the A, come and leave early? Was it the B, not quite sure? Was it the C, we're ready to rock and roll? What did you see?
People came in ready to fist fight.
They're ready to rock and roll.
This night, they were ready to come in and get into some stuff.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
So when you got in there and you see everybody meandering around, it's sizing each other up a little bit. Sure. Like, what's this guy kind? I heard somebody at your party say that they hope you brought your passport because they were going to Mexico that night.
I heard that same story. Chad, are you packed up? We might end up in Mexico tomorrow. Right. So anyway, hilarious. We didn't end up in Mexico, but close enough,
Yeah. So I think all of it, birthdays, especially like, 50 is a big birthday.
Sure.
So it's like, that's it. But like, do you have that same celebration at 47?
No, you don't. Well,
no,
maybe me.
You do.
I do, but the typical human does not.
No.
But I look forward to your 50. You're 50 coming up in what, 4 years?
Yeah, I'm 47.
47,
so
3 years?
3 years.
Should be a good one.
That will be a good one.
I look forward to that. So getting back to tonight's dinner for Jennifer. Yeah. So, it's her birthday now.
Yeah.
My birthday's over. It's done, passed.
It's not about you.
It's not about me anymore.
It's not about you.
No,
although, look, I can see it in your face. You want it to be about you?
I do not.
It is not about you.
I do not want.
It's about you, Jen.
I'm glad the birthday's over. No more, even though I did get a present yesterday, which was kind. Somebody couldn't make it to the party, so dropped a little present off for me. And guess what they had in the bag? Besides
Tito's.
Yes, but other things. Just for Men gray coloring.
Which I think it's appropriate, don't you? I'm looking at you right now.
I know I have a lot of gray, but it makes me wiser, more sagacious, more sophisticated. So I will never use this product. I'll pass it to you.
I would never
when you're
use
ready
it.
to use
Yeah,
some product.
look at my hair. I don't have gray
Yeah, you
hair.
don't even have any gray, do you?
No. I've got a
amazing.
very small spot
a
right
little
there.
spot there on the side.
Yeah.
In 3 years, it'll be all over the place.
Yeah, it'll be all over. Who gets gifts at 50?
It was very kind. I don't know. I got a lot of gifts, and most of them
Bottle form?
But there were some funny things, besides the Just for Men. That I got a microphone, a wireless mic.
Oh, wow.
From Rick Setzer. How kind is that?
Yeah.
I mean, flipping through the bottle of Buffalo Trace and Tito's, and all of a sudden there's a wireless microphone in the bag.
Amazing.
How cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
I think at this point, if you're giving gifts, they've got to be from Spencer's. They got to be like
fart spray or edible underwear, those types of things.
I might want to get you like a Wu-Tang poster that
Yeah,
is on
of
a black
course.
light.
Yes.
Next birthday.
Next birthday. Absolutely. So anyway, getting back to the dinner tonight. So again, we were talking about before the podcast, you and I, we don't care about birthday dinners. It's great to get the family together, but you don't have to go to the finest dining establishment. Give us a pizza.
Honest, you're not going to eat very much.
Exactly. I mean, or maybe at all.
At all.
So give us a nice pizza. Let's have a taco or two.
Sure.
But fine dining now. And there's some great places in Hickory, great places in Charlotte. Fabulous. Have you seen the prices on some of these menu items, Hank? This is unbelievable. As a non-eater, person that doesn't really I don't care about food. I eat for sustenance. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fuel, just to live.
This drinking, dancing machine.
Yes, just needs a little
printing,
fuel.
selling machine.
Printing, just a little fuel. And so that's what food is to me. It's fuel.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't mind going to a nice dinner, sitting down, music playing, being with some friends. Jennifer loves it. And, I enjoy it, but...
she's like a foodie, right?
Exactly.
She likes the experience. She likes the look. She appreciates the culinary design, all that.
Absolutely. And which is perfectly cool. But again, the pricing. 3 scallop. Give me a number.
$48.
48 bones. Bingo. Appetizer, broccoli, something.
Rob.
Give me a number.
I'm going to go with $22.
18.
Okay.
All right, 18.
Okay.
But for an appetizer, come on. Anyway, I could go on and on, but we're going to go.
So how many people we having with us tonight?
We have 6 with us tonight.
6 with us.
Yes, we have my 4 and my mom and dad. Jeremy's got a tennis match. My sister, she's dealing with those 3 kids. They're graduating from kindergarten and stuff. She can't get down here, so we think that bill's going to run.
Over-under's 500. I'm going over.
I'm going over the total.
I'm going over the total.
Yes.
The thing is that you're going to put up a big bill without alcohol.
Yeah. But I might just have waters tonight.
No, you're not.
I might just have a few waters. Hank,
Chad.
My stomach, remember, it hurts.
It does not hurt that bad. It does not. So you're telling me you haven't had anything since that day.
I'm not saying that.
I know you haven't.
And the other we're going to celebrate also is Jennifer's birthday. My mom and dad moved into the new place. They sold their house yesterday.
Nice.
Yes. So my dad was he was pretty excited that he's sad, but excited at the same time. So who knows? Maybe he'll pick up the whole tab. You know what I'm saying?
No chance.
How about that?
Chance.
Dad, you got this one. Just sold the house. Congratulations. Slide him the bill.
Are you going to pull that one? Will you pull it?
Well, I'm going to say, right when the bill comes, I'll say, Dad, you sold the house yesterday, right? I'm going to see how that goes. See if he picks up the hint and says, give me the bill, son. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, Jennifer's worth every minute and every dollar of this dinner tonight. I can't wait to celebrate.
You deserve it, Jennifer.
You deserve it.
Don't let him have a conversation at the table about Lucy Rose. You only get 1 scallop, or Olivia.
Let's split the 3 scallops all together,
or anything. Hey, the sky's the limit, East family. Let's eat all we can.
I love it, Hank. That's so great. So I must say something. I was at Grandview today.
All right.
Grandview is where your son just graduated.
He did,
and with many awards. I mean, numerous awards. Very proud of this young man. Number 2 in the class.
Yes, he was.
Academic awards and athletic awards, I noticed.
Yep.
You want to talk a little bit about that before I...
Right.
Yeah?
He was, so they did the athletic awards like Tuesday, and he was a baseball MVP.
Great.
And then he got the 6-man award on basketball.
Wonderful.
Which was good. It was a good experience. Both those were good experiences. And then he got a couple class awards, especially math awards. He's, he likes math, and he got a couple awards in math where they did competitions at CVCC and LR and stuff like that. He got a business entrepreneurship award because they do this like Shark Tank thing, which was kind of cool that, they get the opportunity to do that. And then I think the proudest moment is he got the principal award, which was the big award there. And it just, it goes on not only what kind of student you are, what kind of athlete you are, but like how good you are for Grandview. And It was great to hear his teacher say, really good things and him get recognized for that. And so and then they did the GPA. And I think it was funny because we were talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
Is they're smart kids, and you don't know where you don't know where your kid falls.
No idea.
And so, they said we're going to do top 10 GPA for the kids, and this is cumulative GPA from 6th grade.
6th grade on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, they go to number 10, they say kid, and I was like, he's a smart kid. And then 9, they're smart. And then, it got to a point where it was like number 6, and they said the name of the kid, and I was like, here's ask that kid for help every once in a while, right? And then, number 4, I was like, I know that kid's really smart. I was like, he may not be in that top 10, which would be fine.
Sure.
But, happy for him. He ended up being number 2.
Oh, that's good.
And he was excited, and it was good.
Yes. Well, that is wonderful. Which leads me just to this quick little snippet of the story of Grandview. I went to school there. You did not go to school there.
No, I went to College Park. Reagan went there.
Reagan went there. So anyway, a lot of history for me there, but it's pretty amazing. So I start talking to Coach Teague, and we talk about Harris and the awards and all this, and he asked about my daughter Lucy Rose, and then another teacher, because they're still finishing up stuff. The teachers are, so they're still there. A couple of them having to be in the gym, and they ask about Olivia. Anyway, what I'm saying is, these teachers, they care about these kids.
Yeah, they do.
Amazing. They wanted to know how, and Olivia hasn't been in junior high for 5 years.
Yeah.
And they still remember her and Lucy Rose and Harris. And, it's just amazing. These teachers, they don't get enough credit, bro.
They don't.
They care.
They don't get paid enough. They don't give enough credit. They
Right.
don't, especially in teaching is not easy anywhere you are.
Sure.
Right? Anywhere. And I think it's just tough when, the teachers that are there don't get resources, get help, have a ton of students in their classrooms,
Right.
It's just tough. And if as parents and as alumni and as friends, the more support we can get just makes their day easier.
Sure.
Just makes their day easier.
Any way we can make their day a little easier, we should try to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So anyway, it was good talking to them, and I just like being back. Even though that's not the Grandview I went to, it's still the same feeling of family and all that good stuff at Grandview, even though it's a different school.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was good. So let's talk a little bit about summer. The summer is ahead of us. School is out. It got out Friday.
Yeah.
Now we're kicking it into gear. Summer vacations around the corner. I don't know what y'all have planned, but hopefully we're going to the beach. We might end up going to Puerto Rico now. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff. Livia's got her stuff going, utterly delicious. Lucy Rose doing her dancing stuff. So anyway, any special things that y'all are looking forward to or have planned?
Well, we have the kind of cool thing about Harris's baseball is his coach does it early and quick. So it's like the month of June. We're going to hit it, play it, have fun. We're going to Nashville. We're going to Raleigh. We're going to Charlotte. We're playing 5 tournaments. And so it kind of is fast and furious. And we're playing now to a point where you're seeing kids that you've seen before. They're growing. It's kind of cool to see parents and friends and everything that you had in that community. So we're doing that pretty much the month of June. Afterwards, we've kind of done something before, and we're hoping to do it again this year, is having a beach trip where we take 3 boys with us. Right?
Woo, that's brave.
And so that's our plan. But, we have a couple of other ideas of what we're going to do kind of outside of it. We always kind of make a plan of a city. We try to do a plan where a city where there's a baseball team that we want to go see.
Oh, fun.
And then, like I want to go to Chicago. I've never been to either one of those stadiums, and I've not spent hardly any time in Chicago, which is a great town.
Yes.
Right. We've done national parks. We've done that. But I kind of want to continue to kind of be in the U.S. and look in the U.S. We're planning a trip over Christmas for New York to do New York City in Christmas time, but that's not the summer. But hopefully one of those for the summer as well.
So I would think Wrigley day game in the summer. I mean, that's bucket list stuff.
That's a must.
That is a must do. So what a plan. I've never done it. I would
sit
love
out in the outfield.
Sit out in the outfield with everybody, hot dog, popcorn, and a beer. It's a beautiful Chicago June day, July day, probably hot, but let's make the most of it. How lovely does that sound?
Sounds amazing.
It sounds lovely. So while we're talking about the beach trip, what's going on this week, Hank, is senior week for most of the high schools in our surrounding area. Do you remember senior week?
I did not go.
You did not go. We have talked about this before.
I did not go.
Yeah, and so I was speaking with one of our friends who was to be a chaperone, but he has been feeling ill, so he didn't make it. So he gave me a list of the other chaperones, and I was thinking, if they're the chaperones, who are going to chaperone them? Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
The chaperones need some chaperoning.
Yes.
Yes.
And I heard some commentary on the good thing is you go down there. Before you were going down, I never went down, but the stories I hear, you and your group would go down, or my group would go down, and there's nobody down there watching you.
No, we had no chaperones.
There's no adult.
No.
There's no involvement. There's
Right.
anything. You're just down there. So these people are there, obviously, to make sure there's some curbs to the road, right?
Sure.
But I was kind of asking one of the parents I was like, what are the requirements of a day?
Right.
And they were like, first thing is, we all eat breakfast.
Right.
We all eat dinner. And that goes back to the base.
Sure.
It goes back to the base.
Yes.
But I think the tough thing is that when you hit the beach and there's 15 of you, and then 15 more show up that are the girls from your high school,
Right.
and then 10 more show up from another house from your high school guys,
Yeah.
right? And then another high school shows up, and then another high school, because we didn't have social media, so you would be out there like you wouldn't bump into somebody from Fred T. Ford or St. Stephen's. It was like phone calls and logistics and everything else. Now all of a sudden, that first day, you could have 75 people out in front of your house.
No, and the thing about it too, without social media, like St. Stephen's and Fred T. Ford and Bandy's, they had their own stuff. We would not all come together as one. You know, we were like enemies.
Yeah.
Now they're all friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a social media.
Yes, and so instead of just the Hickory High School folks, now you've got St. Stephen's and Newton and Bunker Hill all coming together as one. So I don't envy those chaperones. It would be hard to kind of keep everything like. But these kids are good. I'm sure they'll listen and do what they're supposed to, but I can just easily see it getting out of hand, you know?
Well, and the other thing is, too, is the liability.
Right.
Sitting there as a parent, you can say, oh, we want to have fun. We want to do whatever we want. A, I don't want my kids to get in trouble. B, I'm not getting in trouble for you.
Right.
Right. And so that's the fine line. Before, you know, you walking down the street and you have a beer in your hand, cop would be like, hey, you can't do that. Go. Now all of a sudden he's like, where'd you get the beer? Who's your parent? Do they have beer in your fridge? Time for you to get locked up.
Lock 'em
You're
up.
going to lose your business. Repo your cars. We're going to have all this stuff. So, I
Yeah.
mean, there is like some consequences to it. And 18-year-olds, you got to, you know, you have to talk to them about, listen, you're going to have all the fun in the world.
Right.
We just got to have some guardrails on here.
Sure, keep your head on your shoulders. Make sure you're making right decisions. I did read there was a rule list, and I saw one of the rules, and it said, you know, I'm here to provide a safe place for you to live or to stay for the week. You know, have fun, as you said. But if you go and do your own thing and you get arrested, I'm not your daddy, so do not call me to bail you out. You call your real daddy and he or your daddy in Hickory, and he will have to come and get you out. You know, and that's fair. You know, that is absolutely fair.
Absolutely
so that
fair.
you got to make the right decision. So yeah, you don't get thrown in the slammer, because at Myrtle Beach for a while, it was known as like Hickory. It was the second Hickory Police Department, because so many people from Hickory would get thrown in jail during senior week. It's crazy.
Yeah. I once heard like about the time we were going down there, I think it was a few years before me, like my sister's time. They would like the week of senior week, they figured out what our senior week was. And then at the police station on the marquee, it was like, welcome Hickory High students.
I believe that. I definitely believe that. That's so funny. Well, up there having a great time at senior week. You know, they asked me to come down there. I was going to go with one of our friends, and I was like, this is the worst decision, worst idea ever. And if I were to say yes, the worst decision I could have ever made. So I've simply said no.
Yeah.
I said I don't want to think about
distance. You know, like it would be hard because
you can't be hanging.
fun.
Exactly. You can't be hanging with the dudes, but you're still supposed to be the chaperone figure.
Yeah. Do you think the chaperones are hanging with the dudes, or do you think the chaperones are hanging with the chaperones?
They're hanging with the chaperones, but you know, during times of the day, they're kind of all hanging together. You know, like at evening time, I saw pictures of them all hanging out on the deck, and you know, the chaperones were hanging out and the kids were on the deck. But I don't think during the day. I think they kind of go.
I think if they're going to the beach, chaperones aren't going to the beach.
Chaperones aren't going to the beach. They're kind of staying put at the
Cleaning
house.
that house.
Sure, getting it ready for the next party or whatever's going on at the house. But anyway, I'm sure they're having a ball. Hank, I don't want to cut this one short because I got one more topic I wanted to talk about, and I think you could run through this real quick, but we could save it for another time too, unless you have something you really want to say. All right, so last show, and I did this with my girls the other day to test it to see what they said. So we've talked about all kinds of things, but you're a sitcom kind of fellow. I mean, I look to you for your wisdom about sitcoms, and so we picked out the top sitcoms. Yeah. We never talked about the best characters in a few of these sitcoms, and some of them you'll know immediately. You'll know exactly who you think's the funniest, right? Character, not the best character, the funniest.
Sure,
because you live your life trying to be funny.
Please.
I mean, that's part of your MO is you try to be the funniest guy in the room. I mean, normally it does not work, but you try at least. You try so hard.
Listen, I say this all the time. When I get in a room, a lot of people tend to attack, and that's what you do when an alpha walks into a room. All right, you don't like me in the room with you. I get it.
Oh gosh,
I get it.
I'm the biggest alpha in this town, sir.
The smallest, biggest alpha.
Whatever you want to say. Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple of these shows, and you tell me who the funniest character is. Okay, and you can think about it a little bit because some of them are tough. First, we'll say Family Guy. That's your favorite show. Who is the funniest? It's kind of hard.
No, I think Peter's by far the funniest guy.
Fair. Done. Let's go Curb, Your Enthusiasm.
Larry
funniest
David
character.
could not be.
What about JB Smoove?
He's pretty funny.
He's pretty hilarious.
Larry David is, it's coming from him.
Yeah.
So it makes him funnier.
Okay, I'll agree with that. Friends.
Oh, God. It's got to be.
This one's easy to me, but.
It's got to be. What's the guy that just passed?
Chandler. Easily.
It's got to be
because he has kind of the.
He's the
wittiest.
Yeah.
So he's the wittiest.
Matt's stupid and the other guy is pathetic.
Who cares? Yeah. So out of the girls, though, Phoebe. I think Phoebe's pretty hilarious because she's like dim-witted. Yeah. But anyway.
And when she's quick, she's quick.
Bingo. Let's go a little blast from the past and let's go Family Ties. This is Alex P. Keaton.
Yeah.
This was like in the 80s. Did you watch this one?
Yeah. Didn't they have a little sister that was pretty witty?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Tina Yothers was her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her.
So she was blonde and she didn't have many lines, but they always gave her the one-liners to get the laughs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fair enough. I say the dad in that show, to me, he didn't have many lines either, but the things he said were so off the wall. I thought it was great. So normally everybody would say Alex P. Keaton, but I'm going the dad, you're going the sister. Let's go King of Queens. This is the easiest of the easy.
His partner.
No.
Yeah.
You think the lady is the wife is the funniest?
No, not the partner. His UPS partner.
Deacon? The black dude or
the black dude.
Okay, Deacon is pretty funny. So I go with the Kevin James, but Kevin James' brother to me in that show is hilarious.
He is
too.
hilarious.
I mean, he's so
I probably
funny.
kind of
you know what I mean?
him a little bit.
He's pretty great. Let's go Simpsons.
The Simpsons, probably the funniest person on there would be Homer. I mean, it's got to be Homer.
Homer is the funniest,
Yeah.
easily, no doubt. All right, we're getting down to the end here. These last couple will be tough. So, The Office.
Dwight Schrute.
Fair enough. I said Steve Carell. Steve Carell or whatever his name is. And what's his name on this real show? Michael.
Michael. Yeah.
So Dwight was there too. Olivia. Who did Olivia say? Anyway, I changed it like 3 times. I couldn't really, because I had Dwight on my list.
Pam was funny.
Pam's okay. Do you think Jim's funny?
I think Jim's kind of funny. I think Jim's
kind of
situational funny. I think the heavy set guy with the bald.
That's gosh.
The white guy.
Kevin.
Stan's the African-American guy, right?
Yes.
Kevin. I think Kevin's hilarious.
Dude, I know who it is now. Remember the guy who calls Jim Big Tuna?
Yes.
He has the acapella group and all that. That dude is hilarious.
He is hilarious. He is.
So it would be probably Dwight or him to me. All right, now we're going to Modern Family. This is a tough one. To me, it's a tough one.
It's not for me, man. The real estate agent.
The dad. Exactly. So the dad is everybody's number one. He's actually one of the funniest characters in all of sitcoms. However, there's this dude named Cam. So there's Cam and their gay partners.
Yeah.
Cam is the bigger dude. Hilarious. Everything Cam does. I'll give it to the dad, but Cam is right under there. So that was closer than I really thought it would be because I thought the dad had it easily, but Cam close. And then I saved the best for last for you. So Seinfeld, the funniest character on Seinfeld.
Okay, so I got to kind of like 2-tier this. Okay, I think Jerry Seinfeld's by far the funniest guy on there. David Puddy was only in about 7 episodes.
Puddy?
And everybody knows Puddy.
Yes.
He was in 7 episodes, and it was
because... He was only in 7?
Yeah, it was something... I think it's 7. It was like something ridiculous like that. But out of that group, I mean, Kramer is like physical funny.
Right.
But George is probably my favorite one.
George, to me, is the funniest. I mean, everything he does and says to me is just hilarious. There's nothing really that he doesn't do or say that's not funny to me. So anyway.
I read a story and I saw actually a video because I went a little bit further and looked at this, but I looked at it and they were talking about George's line when he wanted to be a marine biologist, right? And so they were writing, and you know how the ending ends with Kramer hitting the golf ball
into
and
the
then
whale.
It goes into the whale.
Yeah.
So they were just doing the Kramer golf thing and then the whale, and they were just going to have George walking down the beach. And then like 12 hours before they were going to go to it, they were like, one of the writers was like, I got it. Have a ball go in there. And then they, he said he was going to be a marine biologist.
Right.
And so it all kind of like connected.
Sure,
and it's all live.
Yeah.
And so Jerry wrote it with the writing team, and they gave it to George. And, it's a huge monologue. Like, he goes into this whole diatribe about what he did. And he was like, you've got like 6 hours to memorize this.
Right.
And it's, it's all live. They don't have second cuts, whatever. And they said that George did not miss a beat. They said he looked at him and was like, I'll be able to do it.
Oh, wow.
And so they started it, and they showed a video of him doing it, and it shows Jerry's face in like awe, like but it looks like he's enjoying the story. Like, I can't believe this is happening. Right. And they showed Jerry, and he was like, the reason I had that face is I could not believe he was making it through.
Nailing it.
Like, he was making it through it.
That's
and
so
when
great.
he hammered it and he pulls the golf ball out,
yes.
he was like, I knew that he was a genius.
That episode too, that's a top 5 episode to me. That one is so great. That's the one I always, when I'm flipping, because Seinfeld's on all the time, I'm always hoping I catch that one because I love that episode so
I love
much.
it when Kramer slams the golf clubs down and Jerry's and then kicks it.
Yes.
I stink.
So wonderful. So wonderful. All right, Hank. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of our, edition of Big Fan for the week.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks, and we'll be able to talk about some other adventures we're having. Anything coming up this weekend here in Hickory? Yes, there is. So the Hum premieres this weekend. They got rained out a couple times, but there's a band, reggae rock band that'll be playing there. So y'all please check out the Hum. Hickory FC still rocking right now. I think they're leading their conference or division or whatever.
They're 3-1.
Maybe even 4-1. I think they won last week. So they're doing. They have a draw too. So they're doing great. Crawdads, you been to a Crawdad game yet?
I have not been to one, which is odd. Usually,
normally
by this time I would have. I went. I did go to one.
You went
I'm
to
sorry. I went to one with my company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
When
it's
y'all
a
got
business
the skybox.
You got
Oh
it.
gosh, only the best for Caldwell Banker.
So
only the best.
I was working a little bit.
Yeah, got you. So anyway, I'm sure their season's not doing good, but they're getting good attendance. I heard. I heard there's a lot of good things happening. So anyway, great stuff happening in Hickory, North Carolina. We'll keep it up. I think we got to pick. No, there's something Friday night. Oh, there's a little ping pong tournament on Friday at the tennis courts if you are around.
All right.
So I'm going to try to maybe make that, and then we'll continue to do Jennifer birthday stuff throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
And throughout the next
Why not?
month and a half.
We are going to. Harris has a baseball tournament. Listen to this. You've probably been involved in this. Harris has a baseball tournament, and it is in the Raleigh area.
Okay.
They say Raleigh area.
Yeah.
Okay, so right when they say Raleigh area, you wait for the schedule to come out. There's like 30 teams. It could be a high school field. It could be a college field. It could be whatever it may be. So you have to get a hotel because you play possibly Saturday night and early Sunday morning.
Okay.
So we get a hotel room in Raleigh because Raleigh area. Why wouldn't it be?
Right.
First game we play is in Sanford, okay, which is 40 minutes south of Raleigh. Okay,
Yeah.
It's at 7:45 on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So we're done at 9:45. We've got a 40-minute drive back. We've got to eat. We got to do. You're not getting in bed till midnight.
That's this weekend.
Yes,
Okay.
that's Saturday night. Sunday morning we play at 10:45 at Campbell University in Bowie's Creek.
Holy cow.
Okay.
This is Raleigh area, they say?
Raleigh area. So that's a 50-minute drive
Right.
from where we are.
Yeah.
Not with traffic or anything. Okay. Sunday we play there. Monday. Bracket. Yep. We're playing in a bracketed tournament. Monday's the bracket. The bracket. We play at Elon, which is an hour and 15 minutes towards Hickory.
Yes.
We're going to be in the car
Oh
like 8 hours within these 3 days. It's going to be, or more than that. It's going to be ridiculous.
Sounds terrible. The things we do for our kids. For our kids. Yeah, for their passions, we have to be passionate about it and drive an extra hour and a half, 2 hours here. Brother, I know all about it. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Good luck to y'all, though. Hopefully you bring home the trophy. And good luck to our Big Fan listeners. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll check you out in 2 weeks. Peace.
Let this music take you higher. Fuel your desire. Burning like a fire. This is a serious thing. For this music can heal us. Always there to...
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.